Rexy, the fearless little T-Rex, is back, but this time, it's not volcanoes or centipedes waking him up. Nope. It's the sound of thumping beats echoing through the jungle. Curious as ever, Rexy tiptoes out of his nest, more like stomps with his tiny T-Rex legs, and heads straight for the source of the music. What does he find? A dinosaur dance-off. In the middle of a clearing, a group of dinos are busting out the most epic moves. The smoothest stegosaurus, named Stiggy, is doing the stego shuffle. A triceratops called Tricky is moonwalking like a pro, while a pack of raptors are breakdancing, flipping, and spinning like there's no tomorrow. And, who's the DJ? None other than DJ Pterodactyl, spinning records high in the sky with his wings. Rexy, never one to back down from a challenge, decides he's gonna show off his T-Rex two-step. But here's the thing, have you ever seen a T-Rex try to dance? Yeah, it's not exactly graceful. With those tiny arms and those big feet, Rexy's moves are more like falling with style. But hey, our boy's got spirit. He tries to spin but ends up tripping over his own tail. The crowd gasps, but then they cheer. Rexy's new dance move, which he calls the tailspin tumble, becomes an instant hit. By the end of the episode, Rexy isn't just a dancing legend, he's made new friends. Stiggy, Tricky, and the Raptors all agree that Rexy's bravery and hilarious falls make him the real winner of the dance-off. And hey, if you ever find yourself in Dino Land, maybe you can challenge Rexy to a Dino dance duel. Just don't expect him to stay on his feet for long. One sunny day in Dino Land, Rexy spots something truly remarkable, a Triceratops cart. But not just any cart, this one's being driven by his good friend Terry, a cheerful Triceratops with a taste for speed. The cart is made of vines, logs, and a few suspiciously shiny stones. Rexy, always ready for fun, begs Terry for a ride. And of course, Terry's all in, because who can resist an adventure with Rexy? The two zoom off through the jungle, and it quickly becomes clear that Terry's a bit of a reckless driver. They dodge towering trees, zoom through fields of flowers, and even splash through a river. Rexy gets soaked, but Terry just laughs, of course. But things really get wild when they hit the Cretaceous caves, a series of dark, winding tunnels filled with glittering crystals and glowing mushrooms. Inside the caves, the cart speeds up, thanks to a totally not safe-looking downhill slope. Suddenly, they hear a rumble. Is it a cave collapse? Nope. It's a race. A group of mischievous dino kids, led by a cheeky velociraptor named Rippy, challenge Terry and Rexy to a cave cart race. The prize? A crown made of ancient fern leaves and shiny pebbles. Of course, Rexy and Terry accept the challenge. The race is on, with twists, turns, and even a few jumps over chasms. Terry's strong legs keep the cart steady, while Rexy shouts, screams, directions. And after a final burst of speed, they burst out of the caves, covered in mud but triumphant. They win the race by a nose, literally, Terry's nose horn crosses the finish line first. By the end, Rexy has a new adventure under his belt, and Terry? Well, Terry's already looking for the next race. Fasten your seatbelts, folks, because with these two, it's always a wild ride. One morning, while munching on some tasty prehistoric plants, Rexy spots something strange, a nest of dino eggs, rolling down a hill? Yup, you heard that right. A group of dino eggs has somehow escaped their nest and is speeding down the hill like runaway bowling balls. Rexy, the brave little T-Rex, decides he's got to save the day. He sprints, wobbles, after the eggs, but those eggs are fast. They bounce off rocks, roll through the mud, and even jump over fallen logs. Along the way, Rexy gets help from his pal Flap, the hyperactive pteranodon. Flap zooms overhead, trying to catch the eggs in his beak, but every time he gets close, the eggs bounce away with a boing and a thud. As they chase the eggs, they stumble upon a few surprises, like a sleepy ankylosaurus who gets bonked on the head by an egg. Don't worry, he's fine, just a little grumpy. Then, the eggs roll right into the tumbleweed woods, where the wind is strong, and everything rolls around in circles. Rexy and Flap try their best to keep up, but they get tangled in the tumbleweeds themselves. Finally, after what feels like the wildest chase ever, the eggs roll to a stop right at the edge of the swirly river. Just before they plop into the water, Rexy dives, Flap swoops, and they save the eggs just in time. Exhausted but triumphant, Rexy and Flap return the eggs to their nest. The mama dinosaur, a gentle but fierce Maiasaura, thanks them with a big leafy treat. And as Rexy munches away, he looks at Flap and says, "Well, that was excellent." One night, Rexy couldn't sleep. His dino dreams were interrupted by strange lights flickering in the distance. Curious and a little excited, Rexy sneaks out of the nest to investigate. As he creeps closer, he finds himself in the starlight forest, where the trees glow with tiny blue lights, and fireflies buzz around like mini meteors. It's magical, like a dino disco under the stars. But wait, what's that sound? A distant howl echoes through the forest. Is it a wolf? No. It's Moony, the howling Parasaurolophus, who loves to sing to the moon. Moony and Rexy quickly become friends. Rexy tries to imitate Moony's moon song, but let's just say T-Rexes aren't known for their singing voices. His howls sound more like sneezes. But Moony's not alone, there's a whole dino choir in the starlight forest. From the deep bass notes of the Brachiosaurus to the chirpy soprano of the Compis, it's a full-on dino concert. Rexy, feeling adventurous, tries to lead the choir. His tiny T-Rex arms don't exactly help with the conducting, and the result? Dino chaos. Moony's howls mix with Tricky's trumpet-like honks, and the Compis are just, well, they're kind of doing their own thing. Despite the noise, or maybe because of it, the starlight forest fills with laughter. And as the moon shines brightly, Rexy realizes that even though he might not be a great singer, he's part of something special, a night of music, magic, and new friends under the stars.